Good afternoon. Welcome to the marketplace. Coming up, the biggest housing fair, the 2024 EcoBank Journeys HED Fair, underway with exciting deals and free consultations for patrons at the Accra International Conference Center. We'll be live there. Coming up, some commercial banks post significant growth in profits for third quarter of this year, with some even crossing the record 1 billion cedi mark. Plus, the economy dominates the 2024 U.S. race with Trump and Harris deadlocked with just 5 days away. We'll discuss how the outcome will impact the global economy. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us. Details coming up. And we begin with some news from the banking sector. Some commercial banks have recorded strong growth in profits for the third quarter of this year. The financial statements released by these banks show that some of them have crossed 1 billion cedis in earnings from July to September this year. Here's George Yaffe.
The financials released by these banks showed that interest income, commissions and fees, as well as strong growth in their loan books, might be one of the major drivers of their profits for the third quarter of this year. EcoBank's profit before tax, for instance, went up by more than 80% to hit 1.4 billion Ghana cedis ending September this year. GCB has also grown its profits from 991 million Ghana cedis in the third quarter of last year to more than 1 billion Ghana cedis ending September this year. Access Bank's profit before tax also stood at 837 million Ghana cedis ending the third quarter of this year. CalBank also witnessed strong growth in earnings to hit 328 million Ghana cedis ending September this year. Going through the numbers, one will realize that most of these banks have been doing well in the area of deposit mobilization. However, non-performing loans still remains a major challenge for some of these commercial banks. But if these third quarter numbers are anything to go by, then one can make an intelligent guess that the banks would end the year posting some record profits.
Meanwhile, the rural and community banking sector is anticipating an increase in investments following the positive performance recorded in the sector. After being astounded by government's debt exchange program with the IMF, the sector has managed a recovery by recording growth in profit by 224.6%. Board chairman of the Kwawoma Rural Bank, Kwame Kusi, believes the positive benefit of the shareholders' dividend warrants more investments in the sector. Anaya Aljima has more in the following report.
In the 2023 financial year, the banking sector recovered from a loss of over 6 billion cedis into profits of 8.3 billion cedis, with other indicators recording positive figures. This is reflected in the financials of the rural and community banks. The Kwawoma Rural Bank, for instance, recorded profit after tax of over 17 million cedis, representing a 161% increment. Shareholders of the banks are receiving a dividend of 30% of investment. Board chairman Kwame Kusi highlighted the positive impact of an improved investment on the bank's performance.
It's a shareholders fund that is holding the bank, so they have to be increasing it so that the bank can grow. And very soon, the Bank of Ghana is going to raise the minimum amount from 1 million. So if we don't get enough this, we can't continue to operate. In the meantime, they have to operate, continue buying more shares so that we can meet the minimum requirements.
As the drive for increased shareholders' fund is heightened, the bank's stated capital realized an increase of over 297 million cedis, representing a 30% rise. In the year under review, the bank witnessed an increase in its deposit mobilization by over 28%, positively affecting investment, which grew by over 30%. Chief Executive Officer Samuel Bonsu-Sechere says communities in the bank's catchment are beneficiaries.
We believe that given the track record that we have established as a dividend-paying bank, our shareholders will continue to have confidence in us and put in more money so that they will reap the necessary returns.
For Joy News, Nana Yauchima, Kumasi.
Now, the 2024 EcoBank Journeys HED Fair has entered its second day with exciting deals and free consultations for patrons at the Accra International Conference Center. Hannah Odame is live for us from there. Good afternoon to you, Hannah. What's happening where you are? Hannah, what's happening where you are?
Accra International Conference Center. I am looking at this door, this particular frame, and I have been told the benefits that it will have for me as a homeowner. You know, after you have built your house, you don't have to go for anything because armed robbers can come to your house or these locks can get spoiled easily. But then when you come to your best security, they will give you an affordable yet very luxurious and secured locks. They are just one of the exhibitors here at the Accra International Conference Center for the EcoBank Joy News HED Fair. I tell you, lands abound here and they are very affordable. There are lots of consultation ongoing here, legal and otherwise. There is also the pricing. A lot of financial schemes companies are here to help you. But before we go to them, why don't we go to your best security? I have with me a sales and marketing executive, Mr. Asantiechi, to tell us why we should come to his stand when you come to the Accra International Conference Center. Welcome to Joy News.
Welcome, thank you very much.
Yeah, every year you come for this fair, it means there is something beneficial for you. But today we are talking about the patrons who have been trooping in. What are you offering them?
All right, I must commend you for your introduction. I like the part you said, the armed robbers thing. And you know, your bank security door secures 30% of security for you. You know, it's not only the door, which is an entry to the place, the windows and other places, but for the door, your bank security door secures 30% for you. You can't break into our doors. Okay, so for the customers too, we are giving them mind-busting discounts. So far as you let us know that you got to know about us through the HED Fair, we are giving you a mind-busting discount. Something.
What percentage is that?
We are not disclosing that. We want them to come to our stand, make inquiries, and we tell them that.
Are your materials that you use for your doors and furnishing environmentally friendly? Because that's what we are looking up to with climate change.
Yeah, very much environmentally friendly. Very much environmentally friendly.
So apart from the security that you offer with the doors and everything that you offer here, what else should make a client walk all the way from the door to your particular stand?
Okay, so number one is security.
Okay.
Number one is security. And number two, you know, with our doors, we protect your investment because of the high quality materials that we use and reinforced materials that we use. So our doors, for security wise, you know, your bench is synonymous to security. If you are looking for a security door and they say your bench, that's it.
So is it affordable? Does every pocket has a secure door when they come here?
Very, very affordable, sweetheart. The thing is, we take into consideration all people from all walks of life. So you can get from anything. Just come to our stand here at the AICC. Come to Yoben Security Doors and all your questions will be answered.
Do you have a payment plan? If I want a particular kind of door and I don't have that money, immediately. Do you have a payment plan?
Yes, of course, we do have. We do have payment plan. Depending on how you like to do your payment, we can spread it for you so that after payment, you come for your product. Yes.
So that's your bed security. They are offering, like he said, affordable yet luxurious doors and its furnishing for you. And we are here at the Accra International Conference Center. This is ongoing until the 2nd of November from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Don't lose out. There is an insurance company, SIC is here. They will offer you all the insurance you need with regards to your homes. And we will come back and talk to some of their sales executives here. But for now, why don't we go to this particular stance that is offering us the solar installation and design. Who do we have here? What's your name?
My name is Charles Ajay Mokli, representing Genex Electrics Limited.
Okay, so Genex says that they are offering design and installation of solar. And you know the terrain in which we are in. Going for solar is quite economical, if I should say. Why should I come to your stand if somebody is listening and watching you?
Okay, so basically we are into three basic things. We are into electricals, we are into electronics and solar. So solar is where we are specializing and what we want to present to the market, because we are in times where electricity, as in the grid power is costly and people are complaining. So why don't you switch to solar, where you generate your own electricity, and when it's enough you can sell it for extra cash.
But we have heard that the initial installation is very expensive. Is that true? Or you're going to diffuse that? And then if you diffuse that or you confirm, how are you ensuring that those who come to your stands can afford whatever you are providing here?
Okay, so I will not say it's expensive, it's moderate. Because anything that has value, anything that you can use for a lifetime, anything that you can use for a long time, it comes with value, so it's quite moderate. Yeah, so when it comes to our packages, we have packages where people who buy from us or our customers, we give them a time frame within which they can pay. So the installation comes with a package. It's not that you don't buy it up front, you just pay a little amount, we install it for you, you use it whilst you pay alongside.
So your name comes with design. Does it mean you come to look at my property and design what fits me, or I choose what I want?
Yes, basically we come to you, whatever you want, you look at your specifications, we design a very good solar system for you, and you're good to go.
So if somebody is in a 1-bedroom, you can provide solar. If somebody is in 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom in a mansion, you can provide regardless.
Exactly. We provide
what
solar.
What about shop owners?
Exactly. We provide solar for everyone, domestic, commercial, industrial. Wherever your sector is, we provide solar for you.
So that's Genex again for you. And like we said, they are offering design and installation of solar for you when you have done with your home. Just come to them, because they said they have payments plan even for every home. Like I told you, we will go to the SIC stands, because after you have done all of this, if you don't secure your home, you definitely know what will come after you. So let's go to the SIC stands, and we have with me here, what's your name?
My name is Emmanuel. Welcome.
Is going to tell us what we should expect when we come to their stands at the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair. Now, we know a lot of insurance companies abound, but then you are here. So what difference are you going to offer me why I should come to your stand?
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Cutting away from Hannah Odami, who is live for us at the Accra International Conference Center, where the 2024 EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair is underway. You can head there. It's happening till the weekend. The best housing deals over there. We're taking a short break on the marketplace. When we come back, business and politics. Welcome back to the marketplace. Time for business and politics. Is the economy stupid? That's the catchphrase coined by Democratic strategist James Carville for Bill Clinton's 1992 presidential campaign. That still holds true today as Donald Trump and Kamala Harris remain locked in what essentially is a tied race with just 5 days until the U.S. election day. Now, Bloomberg News and Morning Consult have been tracking the sentiment of voters in 7 crucial swing states on a monthly basis for the past year, and the economy has consistently been at the top of voters' minds. Joining us from the U.S. is financial analyst Dr. Wisdom Dogbe to talk about the elections just 5 days away. Good afternoon. How are things shaping up?
Good afternoon, Daryl. I think there is a bit of anxiety on both sides of the aisle, considering how close the polls are in the run-up to the elections in 5 days. The polls are incredibly close, mostly within the margins of error, just like you said. So I'm inclined to agree that, these elections will be won on voter turnout. That is why we're seeing efforts on both sides to mobilize supporters to ensure that their base turns out on election day. The airwaves are occupied with several political acts, and each side is also capitalizing on any missteps the other candidates and their camps make. And surprisingly, according to the latest CNN poll, there is still 6% of voters who are undecided. Really? And they could make a big difference here, Daryl. So the last 5 days will be critical, for the candidates to get their messages across to the undecided voters.
And the economy is one of the key factors that will determine voters' choices. We are told that inflation has been going up. In fact, that's the talking point of the Republicans. They talk a lot about inflation going up. But the economic data suggests some positive economic outlook for the government. Just yesterday, it was released, and the economy grew by 2.8%, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what the Democrats are also pointing to. And so what's the reality on the ground? And in fact, it's going to boil down to kitchen table matters, wouldn't it?
It would. I think the performance of the U.S. economy, just like you said, right, has been quite impressive in terms of recovery. In the recent economic data that you mentioned, we saw GDP grew at 2.8% annualized rate in the third quarter. The data also shows that inflation has been on a steady decline. And that, coupled with the fact that the job market is still not as hot, it makes me want to say I expect, the Fed to do another rate cut. But Daryl, even though GDP growth is solid and inflation rate is declining, the cost of goods and services in the U.S. is still too high. So yes, I think both the Republicans and the Democrats have a point when they talk about inflation. On the Republican side, I think they are referring more to the cost of goods than the actual rate of inflation. And the Democrats are also right when they point to the positive economic data, such as GDP growth. And so, yes, I think most voters rank the economy as the first key metric. And former President Trump, he started off pretty well with a pretty healthy lead, when it comes to the economy. But as of yesterday's CNN polling, I saw the vice president has closed that gap, and only 2% separate the candidates on the economy. Of course, there are other key issues like immigration, democracy, reproductive rights, and I think foreign policy is the other one. And I wish I had a crystal ball to tell you, but the reality on the ground here is that voters, especially those who are yet to cast their votes, a handful of them are still looking for more data. I believe they want to be sure of the economic implications of the outcomes of the elections before they cast their ballots.
Well, speak of outcome, they say when the U.S. sneezes, the world catches a cold. And so the global chiefs, are looking at the outcome, what could possibly be the outcome of the elections. How do you think a Trump win could impact the global economy? We are told that the global economy chiefs are already fretting over a Trump win. What would it also mean if Kamala Harris wins?
How many hours do I have to answer this?
Try that in 2 minutes.
No, on a lighter, that's on a lighter, but on a serious note, I think that whatever happens in the U.S., consequently impacts the global economy, just like you mentioned, right? Just look at the impact of the Fed's rate cut. Central banks across the globe, including the Bank of Ghana, they all follow suit. It's a similar kind of a global impact that I think we'll see with either Harris or Trump's victory. Dario, I think that former President Trump's tariff policy is one to watch out for in terms of its impact on global supply chains. I believe there could be, disruptions in global supply chains due to tariffs and also trade tensions. And I suspect that that could worsen inflation and lead to increased cost, which would affect businesses globally. Harris, on the other hand, she has a more cooperative trade approach, and there is a possibility that that could enhance the reliability of global supply chains and effectively benefit international business and consumers. And I also think that a Trump victory may result in immediate market volatility, particularly concerning trade policies. If you recall, he said he would slap tariffs on imports coming to the U.S. So that would certainly cause the market to react a bit. But because Trump is considered as a more pro-business candidate, I think that pro-business sentiment might lead to short-term market gains. I expect the S&P 500 to rally, at least in the short term, and then cool off pretty quickly, as realizations of possible trade wars from his higher tariff policy begins to set in. On the other side, right, if Vice President Harris wins, that could stabilize markets in the long term as investors adapt to a more predictable and cooperative international economic environment. And so that will largely preserve the status quo if Harris wins, because I don't see much of a catalyst to energize the market beyond, the steady growth we are already seeing now.
All right. Well, try this in 1 minute if you can. And so I don't know if it matters in the scheme of things, but how can Ghana strategically position ourselves so that whatever is the outcome, we are not at the losing end, especially at the time when most African countries are turning to the east?
That's a hard one, Dario, but I would say that Ghana needs to adopt a balanced diplomacy, right? I mean, a strategic foreign policy posture. That's just a lot of, it's a lot of uncertainty now in the U.S. politics and the impact of that on foreign policy. So I think it will make sense for Ghana to maintain a balanced foreign policy position that engages with both the U.S. and Eastern powers, positioning Ghana as a neutral ground for dialogue and also cooperation, without compromising our values when it comes to democracy, peace, and stability and economic sustainability on the global stage. And I also think we should continue to diversify economic partnerships, including, engaging with multiple powers and fostering more relationships with Eastern powers like India and Japan, without compromising our shared values with the United States and the rest of the
Wisdom, I have a feeling we'll be talking to you a lot next week. So Dr. Wisdom Dogwe there, all the way from the US. Appreciate your time with us here on The Marketplace. And that's our program. More news on our website, myjournline.com/business, including the finance minister asking us not to panic and that there's adequate reserves to support the city. myjournline.com/business. Thanks for watching. We'll be back same time tomorrow.